Welcome to May, although we're well and truly into May now. Today, as I record this, it is Mother's Day. And life goes on with a new twist every day. How flexible and adaptable are you? We are now approaching the new moon in Taurus on Wednesday the 12th in Australia. Saturn in Aquarius is asking us what we really need to retain. What can we let go of? What do we no longer need? Maverick Uranus in Taurus has already been posing those questions and is ready to shake Taurus up. Many astrologers believe that we can expect earth changes, earthquakes, volcanoes, and so on. In the meantime, we still have Pluto in Capricorn, wreaking havoc in all those systems and processes that no longer serve us. Let's also consider this month what we mean by occult. From the Latin occultus, meaning hidden, does it always mean bad stuff? Let's also take a look at UFOs. And with all this bad news, how can we as humans deal with this challenging energy? Hugs, lots of them. We are as powerful as we allow ourselves to be. Now, as I said earlier, we are approaching the new moon in Taurus on Wednesday the 12th in Australia. The new moon will energize the connection, the square connection between the Sun and Saturn, and then a couple of days later, energize the connection between Uranus and Saturn. The Sun in Taurus showers his bounty on the earth and those material things that we value. Saturn in Aquarius is asking us what we really need to keep. What can we let go? What don't we need anymore? And Maverick Uranus in Taurus has already been posing those questions and is really ready to shake Taurus up. As I suggested in the introduction, many astrologers believe we can expect more earth changes. Well, did you know there was a 3.2 magnitude earthquake near Jindabyne on Wednesday the 5th of May? And on Friday night, a magnitude 6 quake off the southern coast of Australia, nearly 2,000 kilometres south of Melbourne. Check Google for recent quakes, which the mainstream media generally doesn't share. So we hear about all sorts of other doom and gloom, but not about earthquakes, not unless it's really in our own backyard. In the meantime, we still have Pluto in Capricorn wreaking havoc on all those systems and processes that we don't need anymore, or we need to change. Consider governments, not only Australian, but many others, the global system of health, the global financial system, education, agriculture. Pluto, the planet of transformation, reveals anything that is not in integrity. And it is an uncomfortable and difficult experience for all of us. But we do need to understand that in order to rebuild, first we have to destroy what doesn't work. And then this will allow us to rebuild a future that better serves us, the people, and not just the elite few. I tell you what, it really distresses me to see that there is so much evil in the world, and it is so well disguised. Often it's a bit like the wolf wearing sheep's clothing. And perhaps I've been naive and sheltered, but I know many more just like me, and even more, who have no idea that they're being duped by the systems they have learned to trust. It's very scary. The word occult has come to mind in the last few weeks, and the word simply means hidden. And it is often assumed in everyday conversation that occult is hiding dark energy or illegal information, but it simply means hidden. And since Pluto is uncovering that which is hidden, perhaps we need to pay some attention to what is called the occult. In some circles, occult refers to ghosts, spirits, and psychic phenomenon, or parapsychic phenomenon. The wise ones have protected their wisdom from those who would misuse that information, often in stories that can be interpreted at more than one level. Many of the parables in the Bible and other wisdom texts are good examples of wisdom being hidden in stories. In these times, with Pluto uncovering things that no longer serve us, some of these ideas that have been long hidden will come out into the light, and they will emerge from the occult as humanity is evolving into the space where it can collectively appreciate and utilize this information. What in your life is emerging from the darkness into the light of awareness? What do you know about the World Economic Forum? Have you ever checked their website? It's interesting stuff. They've got good plans for the world. Let's dominate the world. Plans seem reasonable, but this vision from Russell Brand, which I'll put the link to it at the end of this video, this Russell Brand video for about 20 minutes, is a little alarming. I don't believe that any human has the right to rule over another. However, sometimes when you look at it, it seems that we have all been duped by a small cohort of men who believe that the common man cannot make sensible decisions and that his elite group should control everyone globally. A little disturbing, if you ask me. From this footage with Russell Brand, where it seems that, oh, if you're the elite, you'll be fine, I ask whether big techs and governments are colluding to prevent the common man from having any meaningful power altogether. Do we want the silicon giants to control our lives? Do we want the internet to continue to be controlled by private interests? Or should it be a public utility? When we all depend on it, we all use it all the time, but it's a tool that is being manipulated. I watched an interesting podcast from David Wilcock just this week about pyramids. And David indicated that we can expect more disclosure from the pyramids and the mysteries surrounding their construction. You know, for many decades, even centuries, we've tried to work out how could man possibly have constructed those blocks of the pyramids. How could men have had the engineering skills to place those blocks at 1/100th an inch apart and use some sort of cement material that almost seems stronger than the stone from which the blocks are made? David suggests maybe they used something like 3D printing. Is that possible? How do we know? Now, according to Napoleonic legend, Napoleon emerged from the Egypt's Great Pyramid, pale and shaken, having spent hours alone in the king's chamber. He never shared with anybody what rattled him, but clearly he had been rattled. And apparently the episode changed his life. We know from many sources that pyramids and pyramid shapes, not necessarily the pyramids themselves, but pyramid shapes have enormous power. What if the sarcophagus inside the pyramid was not a coffin as we've commonly believed, but a space in which a human could experience higher consciousness or other dimensions? Maybe would that explain Napoleon's experience? I do know, and I've had contact with research over several years that shows that pyramid structures have an enormous power and healing energy, that there seems to be some energy arrangement in a pyramid shape that can sharpen blades and help plants grow more quickly and heal hurts on bodies. Why don't you do a bit of experimenting and a bit of research? See what you can find about a pyramid shape, what it does. In another lecture, David Wilcock discusses UFO sightings, and I think I might have mentioned it in a recent post on Facebook. And apparently these UFO sightings have been occurring for many years, but it's been classified. So we're not supposed to know about it. Now, is there a Pluto influence at work here to uncover many secrets that have been shared by beings from other dimensions, but not yet acknowledged by humanity at large? The US government has recently released footage of UFOs allegedly taken by naval personnel. Are they really UFOs? Or are they aircraft that have been developed by the US military but never commissioned? Could this be fake news or news to distract the public from something else? Don't know about you, but I'm very skeptical about lots of news that we receive. How about we stop the rays of the sun? Don't you think that would be a good idea? We wouldn't get sunburnt, our crops wouldn't ripen, and things would be amazing. Or would they? I've heard that a certain BG is wanting to make the sun occult, as in hidden, clouded, by spreading gases around the earth to keep its energy away. Really? How can man, any man, even BG, occlude the rays of the sun, which has provided life to this planet at so many levels? Has he not heard about King Canute, who could not turn the waves of the sea back? And apparently this king wanted to demonstrate to his followers that even as a king, he didn't have the divine power to stop the sea coming in. Does BG have divine powers? Or maybe I'm just exaggerating. What do you think? Thrive on. What do you mean, Evelyn? Thrive on. Some years ago, I watched a movie called Thrive 1 and was very excited by the possibilities described. Foster Gamble and his wife Kimberly have made another documentary showcasing the developments of alternative energy and uncovering some remarkable technology. This is very Uranus in Taurus, actually. It can currently be viewed for free on thriveon.com, free 21, by you registering with Thrive On. I'll put that link below as well. It's 2 hours of very interesting information. It might be worth watching it in bits, you know, maybe 2 hours is too much for you to deal with in one sitting. But I highly recommend that you set aside some time to check out their ideas. Would it surprise you to know that there are energy resources available that are free, but we, the public, are unable to access them? Did you know that many erudite and people with integrity, people with amazing knowledge, have been eliminated because their ideas, their health treatments and their theories conflict with the mainstream mantra, especially the pharmaceutical industry? Well, you may not agree with me or all the ideas in this movie, but it is food for thought, and we are living in very changing times, and it's actually smart to consider all points of view. What about hugs? I can't remember where I heard about it over the last few weeks, but hugs are so beneficial. And I tell you what, it resonates for me. Social isolation, social distancing in particular, have been promoted as preventative activities to manage the spread of a virus which has such a great recovery rate. Senior citizens, and especially those in aged care, have been denied this very important physical contact with their families. My lovely young neighbour was very distressed that her grandmother was isolated in a care facility in Athens and denied contact with her family. She died. Yes, she was elderly, but no one deserves to die like that. There are many, many more older folk for whom this has been their reality also. Some rebellious folk, like me, have gone ahead with permission and hugged social contacts. And you'll find people with strong earth energy in their astrological profile, strong Taurus in particular, strong Capricorn, are more inclined to seek physical touch than others. And I'll just leave you with a reference to 10 reasons why we need at least 8 hugs a day. I don't get 8 hugs a day unless I'm going to hug the teddy bear, but I suppose that's better than no hugs. So according to mindbodygreen.com, hugging therapy is definitely a powerful way of healing. Research shows that along with laughter, hugging is extremely effective at healing sickness, disease, loneliness, depression, anxiety, and stress. And research shows that a proper deep hug, where the hearts are pressing together, can benefit you in so many ways. I'm sending you a virtual hug. Not as good as a real one, but the intention is there. Enjoy new moon in Taurus. See you next month. Bye for now.